They focus on that rather than the real persecution and inappropriate behavior of their very own WNBA players. Those have been the real bigots. They hate Caitlin Clark.
What's up, world? Welcome back, Charge the Game podcast. Today is another reaction video to Jason Whitlock exposing the WNBA for its racism problem, and we are about to get into it. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, thumbs up, like the video. Let's go.
Conversation around Indiana Fever fans. It's all just misguided over hatred of Caitlin Clark and pointing the finger at those guys. They're the racists when really y'all are the racists.
And for those who don't know what's going on, you saw after the Connecticut Suns won. What's her name? I think her name is like Nalissa or Nisa Thomas or something like that. And of course, Dejanay Carrington, who is the girlfriend / fiance or wife to Nalissa Smith, who is a double spy for the Indiana Fever. They all both went to the podium and pretty much was elaborating on their experience with the Indiana Fever fans, calling them racist. Pretty much saying that they've never, out of all of their WNBA careers, experienced this type of, hatred and reaction. They've never been, this uncomfortable playing basketball. And Jason Whitlock is pretty much saying that, no, actually, you guys are the real racists. And I kind of agree with him with that. I fully agree with him, actually, because of everything that I saw, from the debut, Caitlin Clark's debut first game, all the way up into now. I mean, she's experienced nothing but hateful, racist energy from not just, the coaches, the OGs, but the players within the WNBA, man. I mean, I just got to come out and agree with Jason Whitlock on this. I know a lot of people don't like Jason Whitlock's content, but I'm telling you guys, like, there are topics like this where he just doesn't hold back, right? And I want to add something else. These women are saying they've never heard this much experience. You've never really heard too much of anything because nobody paid attention to this sport. Seriously. So think about that one.
The people coming up with excuses to hate Caitlin Clark and the new fan base that she brought. And justifying, again, as we talked about yesterday, Nike won't even put out a Caitlin Clark commercial, won't put out a Caitlin Clark shoe, because Nike has decided that they must bow.
And on the fact we see what happened with Colin Kaepernick, Nike is going to be the first to the punch to support, these type of situations, because minorities are the #1 consumer of any product. As soon as Colin Kaepernick took a stand and, minorities said that they were not going to support Nike, they quickly saw sales plummet. We saw the same thing happen with Starbucks. And trust and believe, these people are not going to mess their money up for anybody. It's better to be in good grace, with all communities than have one community, not support you. And the black community definitely spends money on Nike. So what does Nike do? They're going to front load, right? As they should have already done. But nobody really wanted to invest into the WNBA, neither of their players, until Caitlin Clark came along. Instead of just saying, hey, we need to give Caitlin Clark her shoes because they're already paying her $28 million. They said, hold on, we don't want no smoke from this black community. Let's get Aja Wilson out there, give her some type of logo. I'm not going to call it bullshit because it may mean something to her, but it's not a decent looking logo to me. Anyway, they gave her the shoe and they're giving her the commercials because Nike is woke.
The angry black feminists, the Black Lives Matter movement,
See?
the feminist movement overall, the whole the whole identity politics movement of, oh no, yes, Caitlin Clark is the biggest star in sports, but Nike, in order to promote equity and fairness and diversity and inclusion, you must spend all of your money promoting Aja Wilson, someone most people don't know exists and don't.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. This dude just funny, man, but that's the truth. That's the truth. That's exactly what I just called out. That's exactly what Nike is doing. Aja Wilson, I mean this in no disrespect. First of all, Aja Wilson, I think, is a very passionate basketball player. But to me, she can be a bit immature. She tries to throw a rock and hide her hand. She tries to say that they all love Caitlin Clark. deep down, Aja Wilson does not like Caitlin Clark. Aja Wilson loves Angel Reese, though. It's because Angel Reese is black. And if I'm being honest, guys, Aja Wilson isn't pretty. She isn't cute to look at. Like, I don't want anybody to get mad. My brothers, my sisters. I get it. That's Bam's lover right now. Okay, like, kudos to him. But, man, I'm sorry, man. Listen, I don't care what kind of money you're making, man. Aja Wilson is not cute. Sorry.
You have to do that out of racial equity and racial justice. Don't lean into Caitlin Clark, who could make you a bunch of money when your stock is tanking and you've had to fire your CEO. Lean into Aja Wilson, a 6'5" person no one really knows or cares about. And it's not our fault. Tim Duncan, as was pointed out yesterday, great basketball player. No one cares.
But also, men don't care to talk about black and white like that, to make things racist in sport. Like, typically men just kind of get along. You know, you might have a fight or two in the locker room breakout, but like you said, Tim Duncan was a superstar, but the guy was well paid, successful, very successful, and he had no reason to act like bitter butch women.
He sells shoes. Allen Iverson did. Michael Jordan did. Kobe did. LeBron did. Tim Duncan was great. He didn't sell shoes. He wasn't an exciting player. No one cared. They sold shoes with the guys that sell shoes. Caitlin Clark could sell shoes. But no, her fan base is hating. It's the wrong type of fans. They tweet mean things to Alyssa Thomas.
I just want to say that I did notice that they made a big deal about the tweets and stuff that they're receiving. What do you guys think all of those players back in the day went through with the Boston Celtics, right? We all hear the stories, okay? What do you guys think they went through? Do you guys see how they act? No, it wasn't pleasant to hear some of the things that were being said to Bill Russell, one of the greatest Celtics to ever exist or live. This is something that has been going on, right? Now that we have social media, it's like these women want the attention of these women want the attention that the men get, but they can't handle the scrutiny. Could you imagine if we even debunk their games and start to talk about and critique their playing styles? Like the way we do Russell Westbrook, right? The way that everybody does most NBA players because they know that men are strong enough to take it. How could you say that how can you say on one end, pay us like men, but on the other end, you don't want the criticism like men get?
This stuff is a joke. And what I will give Christy Sides credit for, and I know many people will be calling for Christy Sides to be fired.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I kind of have an up and down relationship with Christy Sides. She showed signs of good towards the end of the season. So Christy Sides, aka Sean Payton, because you look just like Sean Payton, you might be all right with me. Might be.
I'll be one of them at this point. I think she did walk into, and they inherited a very tough situation. The WNBA has been ignored for 27 years. Now it comes with not just an incremental increase of media attention and fan attention, but with a monumental increase of media attention and fan attention. And no one in the WNBA was prepared to handle this. They had bad leadership in Kathy Engelbert. They had bad leadership in Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA.
Thank you. I think that Kathy Engelbert, aka Engelbrains, and Adam Silver, I think that they're like brother and sisters in a weird way. It's like nothing really makes them mad. They'd rather stay on the player's good side versus actually taking action and being stern, being aggressive, and putting the league in the best position to grow. What we have are two beta males, basically, a beta male and a beta female in this instance, but that's what we have. And that explains a lot of why the WNBA has been out of hand for a long time. Could you imagine if somebody was in there with some cojones, right? Both leagues, they would be able to say no to Clutch Sports and LeBron James, and also say no to these angry women in the WNBA and tell them to shut up or get out. Could you just imagine how more smoothly both of these leagues would be ran? Seriously.
Weak, ineffectual leaders that don't know what they're doing.
Thank you.
They've been installed. They don't have any real instincts. They're not qualified for their jobs. And so they've allowed the Caitlin Clark abuse to go on and on and on while everybody pretends, oh, it's Caitlin Clark's fans. They're on Twitter and they're horrible.
What it is we live in a society where people don't want to offend black people now. We actually are living in reverse racism. If I'm being honest, guys, I mean, I'm black. I should be like, yay, you know, raise the roof. I should be, you know, celebrating, but that's not what's in my heart. I don't want to be celebrated for things that are given to me out of guilt, right? Like DEI or all these other things, right? I don't want that. I want to be judged fairly, and I want what's done for me done the right way. If that makes sense. Hey, everybody's not like that. If you've been following my channel for a while, y'all already know that's just how I roll. And what do I mean by reverse racism? It used to be black people were afraid to say certain things around white people. Now, we see in the media from ESPN, definitely ESPN, Fox Sports, you see Caucasian people tiptoe around the truth. That's why it's such a big deal when Mike Feinbaum comes out and criticizes Deion Sanders, because he's old school. He's going to forever see things his way. It's a little bit of why we saw Skip Bayless at 70 years old wearing Jordans and all this other bullshit, because he wanted to make black people happy by supporting us when he really made himself look foolish, if I'm being honest. And that's what we're experiencing. Kathy Engelbert, Adam Silver, they don't want to be on LeBron James's bad side. They don't want to be on Aja Wilson's bad side. So, hey, white girl, you got to take a little bit more of the beating, because right now it's either you or us. And that's sad, but that's the situation. And the way that Caitlin Clark has handled this is why I am a fan. It's not just her game. It's just the way she carries herself, man. I mean, because it couldn't be me. I'm sorry. A lot of my endorsements will probably have been ruined and out the way if Kennedy Carter would have, you know, pushed me like that.
They focus on that rather than the real persecution and inappropriate behavior of their very own WNBA players. Those have been the real biggest. They hate Caitlin Clark. And I'm occasionally trying to defend Cheryl Swope, but at this point, it's just crystal clear. I haven't spent much time trying to defend Angel Reese. I've spent a tiny bit, but I just can't. Angel Reese is a hater.
She is, along with Cheryl Swoops. And let's keep this in mind. You're going to have people come out here and say that black people can't be racist because they don't hold any power. Have y'all seen the last few Super Bowls? Have y'all seen what's going on with the Democrats? Have y'all seen the power of social media supporting presidents and ex-presidents? All right, now.
They focus on that rather than the real persecution and inappropriate behavior of their very own WNBA players. Those have been the real biggest. They hate Caitlin Clark. Her whole media popularity, her whole platform is built off the back of Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is Kunta Clark. She's the actual slave.
All right, now, Jason, chill out, man. Chill out, man.
Everybody else is exploiting for their benefit. Angel Reese included at the top of that list. Now Alyssa Thomas jumps in. Oh, let me get my piece. Dejanay Carrington jumps in. Let me get my piece.
And he's right. I made the video about Angel Reese coming out saying that I am so sad that all of these other WNBA players are experiencing what I have been experiencing the last 2 years, even though you literally painted a target on your back, on yourself, really, by saying that you wanted to be the villain. And now you see it's a domino effect. It's literally a Me Too movement with Caitlin Clark. Oh, you're experiencing racism now? Hey, join me. Angel Reese, I started this so I could tell you guys how to really ride that coattail, baby. That's exactly what's going on. Dejanay Carrington, Nissa Thomas, whatever their names are, they're never going to get, in my opinion, they're never going to get the success that Caitlin Clark has, because you can see exactly their MO.
Caitlin Clark in the eye intentionally, in my view, and in most rational people's view. Your hands don't curl up, you jab people in the eye, you pull your hand back immediately after you've accomplished your goal. Nothing happens to Dejanay Carrington. This isn't really even discussed. She gets questioned about it once. Caitlin Clark gets questioned about it. Caitlin Clark takes the high road. She's not engaging. Hats off to Caitlin Clark.
And I just want to quickly just say, like, goodness gracious, man. For, you know, Caitlin Clark to be, you know, having this racist ass fan base, you literally got away with gouging her eye. I mean, they're replaying this clip, and I'm just like, there's no way you didn't think of this. Literally, like, this was premeditated. It's so obvious, but all good. It's all good.
Caitlin Clark got poked in the eye and injured, black eye. You can still see the black eye last night. There was no foul called during game one when it happened. There was no investigation of whether this was a flagrant act and deserved any type of penalty. Totally ignored. Nothing. Your most important player, the person that's driving all of your engagement. Everybody's making money off Caitlin Clark. She gets gouged in the eye by a player who clearly hates her.
And this just wraps it up, guys. I mean, like, it's funny how they're calling racism, but yet on the other end, you have a teammate laughing about Caitlin Clark being pretty much gouged in the eye, saying, poke me in my eye too, and they're laughing about it in live moments. This is not covered in any media. I know a lot of people are probably biting their tongue because they don't want to come out and support the little white girl. But I'm like Jason here, who are the real racists here? Can we, is that a fair question? Y'all let me know. Is that a fair question? Drop your comments in the comment section like you always do. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thumbs up. Like the video. I will see you in the next one. Peace.
Yeah.